timed it beautifully, laced it, a rope. Oh, there's a base hit right up the middle over Brody Black's head.
Oh, and it was. Tanner Vaughn throws, ground ball, left field, Combs, ball game. We've got Jeffco Ed TV headed your way as the Rockets will play host to the Golden Gophers of Hueytown. There's a curveball, hits sharply to third. Combs takes it. He's going to throw all the way over, and he got him.
Wow, what a play.
Curveball, ground ball to second. Fielded, throws over to short. Let's play a little bonus baseball here in Gardendale, Alabama. We are still tied 0-0. There's a base hit up the middle. Seeley charges. We got a play at the plate. Here comes the throw, and he is out by a yard. Runner goes. Throw down. I believe he got him. Nice play by Klein. The put out at second. 0-0 in the 14th. Curveball, he got him.
Wow.
Here's the 2-2. Ground ball right side. They're going to try and turn two. They cannot, and Hueytown has broken the goose eggs. Bases loaded. 1-1 tie, bottom of the 17th. Tanner Vaughn throws. Ground ball, left field, Combs, ball game. Combs drives in Burdette. Rockets win.
There's going to be a bunch of hard-nosed guys who compete and are tough outs, and on the mound they're going to challenge you, and so you know what you're getting into when you play Hueytown for sure. We joked with Coach Chandler. I told him if we get into extras, we'll just go paper, rock, scissors this year. It was fun to experience once, but moving forward, I'd rather just one of us win before 4 hours before the one before ends. This Jeffco Ed TV thing is really cool. I'm an old broadcast major myself, so I'm always loving anything like this. But yeah, it's great for both schools. It's great for the kids to be able to turn on the TV and see themselves play, and it's good exposure for the school. And like I said, hopefully 17 innings was fun once, but hopefully we don't have any cameras dying this year.
They're a really good program. Coach Keaty's done a really good job. My son actually played for Coach Keaty. He does a really good job. They got a great group of young men that play there. Always have a class program, have forever. And of course last year's game was one for the record books. Literally, you play 17 innings, and in the first 16, neither team scores a run. I've been on Jeffco ATV twice and played 2 one-run ball games that go to extra innings. So we'd like to come out on top of this one, and if it's extra innings, fine, but we prefer it just be in regulation. Try to come out on top in one of these Jeffco ATV games and not have to go extra innings.
And welcome into Hueytown. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter, and Jeffco Ed TV for this incredible matchup we have today. And if it's evidenced by what Matt Coulter saw last year, the one game I missed. Fortuitous on my end, I guess. The record-setting 17-inning game that Matt Coulter called with Pat Coyne last year. I know that's something that will never leave your mind.
No, and I was thinking about it on the drive over here. You and I have been so blessed. We cover national championships, NCAA basketball, World Series. That's as memorable as any of them.
Yep.
And you know what the most significant thing about that 17-inning 2-1 victory by the Rockets? They went 16 unscored.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't 5-5.
No, all our records we checked with Ron Ingram, the Alabama High School Athletic Association. In fact, I called him on the way home. I said, I just did a 17-inning game. And he said, I'm going to the record books. But both coaches, as you just heard, said, let's have a good game.
Tonight.
Let's not do that again.
We'd rather not do that again tonight. But these are two iconic, historical, baseball-heavy high schools, if you will, in the Jefferson County area. Not really Jefferson County, just in the state of Alabama. The great history that both these teams have, putting out college prospects, having great teams, and they certainly are on the level of playoff caliber teams again this year.
Yeah, you can see it in right center field, as this particular stadium is named after longtime, very successful state championship coach Rick Patterson. And, of course, you got Keedy and you got Chandler. They're old school veterans to the game of baseball. These are two storied teams. The Rockets come in here at 16-8. They've already won Area 12. And homestanding Hueytown, 22-11 on the year. They've already won Area 8 after sweeping McAdory. So here we go, first pitch of 7 innings. What do you think?
That's right. We'll see what happens if these teams. Braden McCray is on the hill for Hueytown. Of course, they're at home, so he'll be throwing. And that is Carson Burdett, who leads it off with a little grounder to first, and that's fielded by Baker Davis for the first out on one pitch.
One pitch, one out. That would be really fast.
Yeah, let's not get crazy though, right? Cody Florence steps up next, and we'll show you the lineups here as well when we get a chance. Starting lineups for Gardendale. The Rockets, of course, in that maroon, if you will. Hueytown in the purple and gold. Rockets silver and deep purple. Florence, the center fielder, 1-0.
We saw McCrary, great control at Oak Grove earlier this year, which, by the way, that game went extra innings too.
Yeah, and he's got some stuff, and there you see evidence of it right there. He's got a good fastball. He changes speeds. He's got a very hard curve. So he's got most of the tools to be a really good high school pitcher.
What he has the most of is control. I'm going to give you a stat here in a minute that'll boggle even Scott Griffin's mind. McCrary has struck out 69, walked 8.
Wow.
You want me to repeat that?
For high school, that's
phenomenal.
That's incredible. And how many innings do we know?
No, but
that's still a great ratio.
He just has great control. He pitched in this game a year ago.
We'll assume 50, 60, 70 innings, right? Probably.
Oh, yeah. He probably started 10 games, don't you think?
I would think.
I mean, they've played 31. He's their ace, so 1 out of every 3. Yeah, I would think he's probably pushing 100 innings. That's assuming he went the distance, which you really can't. And maybe you can with that kind of control.
3-1. And that hit Florence on the helmet. But I think he's okay. That's why you wear a helmet.
Just as soon as I talk about his control, boink.
So Florence reaches first base, and Caden Combs will come in.
Now batting number 1, Caden Combs.
He's the first baseman, big, strapping dude.
Well,
can put a hurt on the baseball.
Scott, he was the one last year hit the sharp single to left field and won it for the Rockets. And I was talking with Coach Keedy before the game. Didn't remember this. Combs also pitched 7 innings of the 17.
Yeah.
So, remarkable game.
Can do it all. 1 out. Florence at first. Outside, gets away. We have a big backstop here, so you better get back there in a hurry to make sure the runner doesn't go to third. It's that big. And Florence sticks at second on the wild pitch. Is that what you're going to give them, you think? on
Yeah,
one?
that was wild pitch.
So Florence now at second, and Combs has a run-scoring opportunity right here in the first inning.
So real pitcher's park, if you're looking along the fence, not so much behind the plate and up the foul lines.
There's that hard curve. It just didn't snap off enough. And to your point, there's a lot of room in foul territory as well, which
Yep.
we're seeing a lot at high school stadiums. It's kind of surprising to me. It's a lot of room over there.
Down the lines, I'm okay with that, but I think, you could push the backstop up just a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, it's a lot of room here.
No criticism, just an
No,
observation
yeah.
from an old baseball guy.
And
That used to catch a little. I mean, if you're a catcher, you hate that.
yeah, or a pitcher.
Yeah.
So 2-1 on Caden Combs. Bronson Moore trying to keep him close. That's fouled away as he half swung at that offering. Disgusted with himself.
Yeah,
Take
he
a
really
walk.
is. Yeah,
Yep.
he really is. You could tell when he checked his bat foul. He grimaced a bit, but now he's back in there with the same count.
Jackson Firestone would be next, the cleanup hitter. Everybody straight away for Caden Combs.
Man, he gets on the plate, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a lot like Rizzo, right? Hard curve, he waited on it, smoked it down the left field line. Florence easy in and easy to second with a stand-up double as Combs.
You want to talk about a well-hit line drive and well-placed. Combs is going to run to his coach over there by first base and throw his gear away.
There it was, that hard curve, Matt, breaking right at him. To your point, crowding the plate, he didn't flinch.
Yeah,
he just
was in
turned on it.
Yeah, he dared him, and he ripped it. So
it took 3 hitters to get a run.
yeah, and last year it took 16 innings.
Yeah. So a double by Combs, still one out, and he's in scoring position for Jackson Firestone. A little high by McCray. Baseball chatter. Is there anything like it?
Nothing. I was at my granddaughter's softball game last night, and it's funny to hear them chatter,
Yeah,
little high-pitched voices.
absolutely. Right on that pitch, Matt, but just got the bottom 30% of it.
But to your point, the style of the game, the field, the fans, it just allows for a lot of chatter.
Oh, yeah. That's part of the game is a double play, right? I mean,
And in the 7th inning stretch, Scott is going to recite many from Inslee.
Adam Yazell is on deck, the shortstop. Firestone in the box. Good pitch, but off and 2-1.
Yeah, breaking ball, and it broke away from the black. 2-1.
Fastball. Good cut by Firestone, a little late. And it'll be 2-2.
Where'd you park?
If they hit a foul ball on my car, then Frank Thomas or somebody's hitting the baseball. Aaron Judge or somebody. Ohtani.
Torpedo bat, perhaps?
Yeah. Wow. Bat came out of his hands. McCray makes a great athletic play. And that's a weird play, Matt, when a bat's flying at you. Even if it's not coming close, it looks like it is when you're a pitcher, right?
Yeah, and it did. Watch him have to hop over the bat.
He has to see the ball.
See?
And then, yeah.
And then he crawls to the ball, literally, throws him out. Runner advances, but now that they check him when McCray makes sure he's okay,
Yeah.
I think he is. You know, even today, when you hear or see that, I'm thinking it's a broken bat.
Yeah.
Now batting
It looked
number
like it,
15, Adam
you know?
Jose.
Yeah, it
It
looked
look-
like the handle was, it split right at the handle, but obviously it didn't. It's
Oh,
aluminum.
well, they said it broke. I didn't see it, so you saw two
Oh.
pieces.
Okay.
And that's why it looked like, I guess, it did break, which is very weird for a aluminum, fiberglass, whatever the bat is made of. High pop Davis has to run for it. Pitcher's there. McCray with an athletic play. Normally you don't like your pitcher, but this is high school, so they don't mind it. So Yezel flies out to the pitcher. 1-0 Gardendale. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
The Nolan Ryan fastball sawed him off.
Well, welcome back to Jeff Coed TV on a glorious Wednesday afternoon in region play. Normally, 4 teams. Gardendale and Hueytown doing battle here today. 2 of the better teams, as we've said historically, in state history, much less Jefferson County history here. Here's the Golden Gophers lineup as they will bat today. R.J. Houston, Moore, Baker Davis is the big swinging first baseman with the family lineage. Con, Vaughn, Six, Arieza, Kelly, Chapman, and McCrary, I should say, is the pitcher.
You mentioned to me to the order Baker Davis. That is Russ Davis, 10-year plus major leaguer out of Hueytown. That is his nephew.
Number 1, R.J. Houston.
And of course, you look across Gardendale dugout, Ryan Keaty. We know his dad, Pat.
Yeah.
Had more than a cup of coffee in the bigs, too.
R.J. Houston will lead it off against that guy, Parker Robinson, on the mound for the Rockets. Good-looking pitcher. He gets ready to throw pretty quick.
Yeah, he throws mid-80s, and then, has the array of a curveball. That was his fastball.
0-2.
I think we'll see a change, too. Houston center fielder with speed. Chandler would love to get him on to start the inning and bring him around to tie it up.
Looked a little low and outside. 1-2. Good pitch, though, to Houston, the center fielder.
Yeah, Jenkins tried to frame it, but that wasn't happening.
Look how fast he is ready. Slow curve. Houston out in front, but stays alive with that little tip of the baseball.
You like the pink look there? Pink bat, pink gloves.
It's the happening thing these days, right? I mean,
Yeah, and you never know if it's
I
a
would
result
do
of
that,
somebody
but-
with a, no, but if it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I'm
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting chant there. Very rhythmic, Scott.
Houston will call time.
Well, you have to if he stays set more than a second or two.
Yeah.
He really does work quickly.
Another slow pitch, and Houston has to reach out and pound it into the dirt, and Caleb Banks throws it over to Caden Combs for the out.
Number 9, Bronson Moore.
Banks kind of waited on a couple of hops. Strong throw over to Combs. Got him.
Yeah, it was out in front of that a little bit. On the off-speed pitch, Bronson Moore now, second baseman for the Gophers.
Yeah, I remember him from Oak Grove. Had a couple of hits. Just a freshman.
Yeah, we had that game earlier. I don't know, Rocket was a couple of months ago, maybe end of March, mid of March. There's a solid hit for Moore. I was going to say another great game. And Oak Grove, of course, #1 in 4A, Matt. So they are rocking along.
Good team. I believe they battled to a 3-2 win. The Tigers finally won it. Really sharply hit ball, right, hit it where it comes from.
Yep.
And that's a freshman, I'll remind you.
Baker Davis, the big strapping, we've got 2 big first basemen in this game. And here's one of them.
Looks like Horner. Bob.
Yeah.
For those of you that are 40 plus.
Trying to keep Bronson Moore close. Jarrett Kahn will be on deck. Sometimes you see the runner disrupt the pitcher. It looks like Robinson's trying to disrupt Moore. Inside and got caught the corner. Good pitch.
Yeah, and he's in on the plate too, so.
Yeah, a lot like the other first baseman, didn't he?
Yep. Also holds his bat up in front for a minute, just like Combs does.
Chasing Moore back to first. Man, what a beautiful spring day in Alabama.
Yeah, and storied baseball traditions, teams like Gardendale and homestanding Hueytown, they work really hard on the field.
Yeah, that was in on Davis Fist, and 0-2 now.
Davis doesn't want to give him the plate. Robinson doesn't want to give it up.
You go off speed outside corner here and let him chase.
After an 0-2, you're exactly right.
Looked like he changed speeds a little bit, but it wasn't the old slow curve he was doing.
He pulled the string a little bit, but you go mid-80s to 78, it's all about timing and throwing it on.
So Davis strikes out. Jarrett Kahn, the catcher, steps up.
We'll talk a lot about that 17-inning game last year, but I was talking with the coaches before the game.
Little tap, and that's foul. Hit the plate.
Do you know it ended it took 5 hours and ended around 9:30. They turned around and played the JV game.
JV was freezing by then, weren't they? Unbelievable. So people working this game that night didn't get home till midnight, probably.
Right.
Moore still at first with 2 outs. Parker Robinson on the hill for the Rockets.
He was. This is his first year of varsity. He was in JV last year.
High stuff there, a little too high. 1-1. There's your first baseman pitcher basic baseball shot. I love it.
Me too.
See how big of a lead the runner gets, and Moore's getting a pretty good one. Might be gone here in a minute. There's a shot to right, but it's right at the right fielder, Jackson Firestone, and that'll do it. No damage except for 1 hit. So 1 hit, 3 outs. We're end of 1. Gardendale on top, 1-0. You're watching Jeff Coed TV. Welcome back to Jeffco Ed TV. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter, our amazing crew, led by the incomparable talents of John Rocket.
You don't talk talent. Let's talk about Helen Rocket. His mom, who lives about 2 miles away, made the crew some of her famous sloppy joes. So
Yeah.
thank you, Helen. By the way, Rocket is he's a Hueytown guy, right?
Yeah. He's a Hueytown
And
Golden Gopher.
Jake, guy to your left, I believe he went to Gardendale.
Yeah, they may come to fisticuffs before
Yeah.
the day's over.
Could happen.
Our slow motion guy, Jake, is of Gardendale Rocket. So, could be some bad blood happening behind my back.
Well, it won't
No
help.
chance of that happening with Huntsville and Inslee doing the game. Just one school doesn't exist anymore.
I can't
by
believe
the way.
I can't believe you got my high school right.
I know.
For the first time in 40 years.
Yeah, normally it's a
Normally
joke
it's
that I
gruesome.
get it wrong.
Yeah, normally it's gruesome, but
That's an inside joke for everybody. All right, coming up, Adam Yezel leads. Excuse me, Caleb Banks leads off, third baseman. In the second, and starts with a strike, does McCrary.
none of these hitters are really giving up the plate, are they?
Man, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of no fear batting stances. There's that curve, and he ducked his shoulder, but it didn't break enough. 1-1. Banks, the third baseman. There's the angular McCrary.
Outfield is pulled in.
Outside corner with a tough pitch, Matt. And that had some heat on it. 1-2.
This is coming outside. You can see Con shift over.
Yep. Why not go a couple inches out more outside? But he didn't bite, did Banks. So 2-2.
Neither one of these pitchers likes to waste a lot of time with the baseball.
There's the slow curve, and again bounded in the dirt. Nice strong throw by Arieza, and that's an out on Banks.
Yeah, those are kind of tough when you got a guy with speed because you're just sitting there,
Batting number 22.
as Jose Areza was, and you're just waiting on it to come down. Come on, hurry.
Yeah.
Fall.
Rhett Fitzpatrick steps in, another one that gets close to the dish.
Now, this guy's got some pop.
There's that slow started it with a slow curve as he changes pitch selection there and got a strike.
He was really up on the plate.
I think McCrary's feeling it a little bit, isn't he?
Well, you know, he got on a roll in Oak Grove and just threw up a bunch of zeros.
Oh, that time he went back to it and he hit Fitzpatrick.
Well, I shouldn't have bragged on his control so much. That's 2-hit batsman.
Yep, Fitzpatrick first. But, I mean, to your point, they're all crowding the
Batting
plate,
number
so.
8, Carter Jenkins.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be doing that on a guy like Gibson.
Yeah, McCrary is not backing off, though.
No.
He's throwing his pitches.
Well, you keep throwing your stuff.
Here's another one on the plate.
Hit batsman back in the first inning. Came back to haunt him.
High fly ball. That's a can of corn to right field. And that's the out by Chapman.
Kind of
Carter
circled around
Jenkins,
that, you
yeah.
know. Knocked the top can off the pyramid. Pop.
Carter Jenkins flies out, the catcher, so Lucas Ford will step in.
A lefty.
The right fielder. High fastball, Ford doesn't offer, and 1-0. Everybody straight away again. Right fielder in pretty good, Matt. I guess everybody is, but he's really in.
Well, he really plays. I noticed he was doing it with right-handed hitters, but with a left-handed hitter.
And there's a high foul ball that will go out of play.
I guess you could hear it hit the aluminum seats. 2 hour left. Yeah. Ford is up at the edge of the box, too.
Yeah. Toes not far from that closest line to the dish. And I don't know if that's a coach thing or what. Kirby's got those guys. I mean, Keaty's got those guys doing that on purpose or what, but they are.
McCurry jumps ahead in the count, 1-2. Be interested what he does here. A little off speed, maybe.
Fitzpatrick's still at first. Yeah, Ford. There's that slow curve. He timed it well, and that's going to go over the right fielder's head, who was playing in as we talked about. Coming home to score. Could be a play at the plate, but the throw's off a little bit. It's cut off. So Fitzpatrick scores from first on the double by Ford.
We commented that Caleb Chapman was playing in to a lefty and hit it over his head. So let's give a lot of credit to Lucas Ford because he had some pop in that one.
Yeah. Not a big guy, but he timed that slow curve well, held back his hands and knocked it not far from the fence. Took a few hops.
Now, he gave that a ride. But with all respect to Caleb Chapman, if you're playing, a regulation right field,
yeah,
I think he's got a shot to catch
He's got
that.
a shot. Yeah, it might be over his head, but it's certainly not going to be like it was, where you score from third, right? I mean, from first.
Yep.
Excuse me.
They're both hit by pitches. Both those runners have scored.
So Case and Burdette back up. And he's got one past Davis. And here comes the play at the plate, not close. And Burdette's got an RBI.
Yeah, it brings around Ford to score, and it's a 3-0 Gardendale lead at Hueytown.
Gardendale came to play today. They're swinging the bats hot here early in this game. One in the first, two so far in the second. And Burdette is at first. Florence, the hitter.
Burdette with a pretty good lead.
It's a good fastball by McCrary.
Florence in the first inning was one of the two hit batsmen. Came around to score.
That one got away. Won't have to steal. Burdette will move to second.
Burdette's the guy that scored the winning run as I continue to reference back to a year ago in the 17-inning game.
It's a game they won't forget either, obviously.
Now, a lot of guys are in the lineup for both teams that were playing in that game. While you were off on American Idol.
I don't know what I was doing.
I think you were making your appearance.
Foul ball.
Pat Coyne was in, our longtime friend from back in the Dick Broadcasting days at Jocks.
So Florence with 2 strikes goes up on the handle an inch or two. I didn't know people still did that. These days, most guys just hack at the third strike like they're 3-0. Kind of drives me nuts.
Yeah, it drives me nuts, too, because a lot of players that don't have a lot of pop have their pinky finger over the barrel.
Right.
I just don't.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
They don't worry about putting the bat on the ball anymore, though.
No.
Because analytics says strikeouts aren't bad, and I think that's crazy.
Wow.
Because you know what happens on a strikeout? Nothing. Your guy's stranded on base, and nothing can happen because you didn't hit the ball.
Put it in play.
Analytics,
somehow.
I don't think can read that, can they? Drives me nuts. It's a great tool, but it's a lousy master.
Wow.
1 and 2.
I'll write that down.
And a lot of teams make it a master.
I know you don't remember because it was for our time, but stadium's named after him over in Tuscaloosa, Joe Sewell.
Yep.
Joe Sewell played an entire Major League Baseball season and struck out 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just, now the guys do that in a game.
You're right.
A lot of them.
Yep. But
2
they
and
go
2.
1 for 5, and you're Dave Kingman.
Yep. And make a lot of money. 3 and 2 now to Florence. 2 outs.
Long at bat.
1 run in after 2 outs. Caden Combs on deck if Florence can get on.
Yep.
And
Don't
there's
blame him.
Good look at Florence there. And watch how close he gets. Dig it in. Pretty darn close to the plate. Not
He's
as close
also-
as everybody else, though, that's for sure.
He's also back. Right foot's on the chalk.
Yeah.
Or what used to be chalk. First thing you do is erase that baby.
And he goes right side. Davis knocked it down, can't get there.
Wow.
Davis did a good job knocking it down. McCrary did a great job getting over there, Matt. Bang, bang play, but he's safe. Watch it.
I thought he had him. Do you know what? Tie goes to the runner, and I'm not even sure it was a tie.
Yep.
I give base hit all the way. Now, Davis would tell you different because he's going to take the blame for that one.
So you want to give it a hit? We'll give it a hit.
I'm going to give it a hit.
Burdette goes to third. And now here comes the Hueytown manager. Check it in.
Well, Chandler and Keedy are both out there now.
So Billy Chandler out there in the purple jacket.
So you got runners at the corners and 2 down and 2 in, by the way, as the Rockets have a 2-0 lead.
Yep, and Caden Combs, a 3-hole hitter up, and he had a double last time.
Yeah, and there was a no-doubter. What, about 10 yards inside the left field line?
Yep, and Florence could be off. Got the possibility of a steal, although there's 2 outs, so.
That's the old 31. It's just coach's choice here.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I always weigh as a factor heavily who's at the plate.
Yeah.
You know, do you want to make a final out with your number 3 best hitter in the lineup, Combs, who's already doubled?
But
in
if
a
you
run?
give him a
Yeah, but you want
hold, right, he could possibly steal. It just depends. But to your point, how many times do you try? They're not trying right now. And Combs does have a double in this game, right?
Yeah, roped it.
So runners at the corners. Florence, pretty good lead. I think he's gone here, Matt. Nope.
Boy.
Inside fastball and another, first strike, 1-1. That was low at the knees, good pitch.
Again, McCurry will come inside, and Combs stays inside in the batter's box. Whoa!
Jacked that one to left, but they played him perfectly, and Hunter 6 didn't even have to move. And Combs flies out to left field. Rockets add 1. They're up 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. You're watching Jeff Coed TV. Welcome back to this beautiful, gorgeous, sunny afternoon on the west side of the Birmingham area, Hueytown. Parker Robinson warming up for the Rockets. He's enjoying a 2-0 lead right now over the Hueytown Golden Gophers. here as we head to the bottom of the second. And Sam Vaughn, the shortstop, will be leading off for the Golden Gophers.
Gophers got one hit and stranded more back in bottom of the first inning, so see if they can't get something started here. Trailing 3-0, bottom of the second frame.
Now batting, number 7, Sam Vaughn.
Vaughn, the shortstop, stepping in. Robinson, the delivery, and it's a strike.
Fastball, up and away, but well within the strike zone. So not necessarily up and away.
Outside and skirts away from the catcher Jenkins. 1-1. Slow curve bounces over the third baseman's head. Difficult play, and not going to happen with Sam Vaughn running.
That's an infield hit all the way. It's so tough, like I was talking about in the previous inning. You're just waiting for that ball to come down, but you also,
Number 6,
it was hit a little higher and farther. Bounced. Yazzle tried to make a play, but even with a strong zone, strong throw, Vaughn was infield hit, and he's aboard.
Hunter 6 to the plate, 2-0 Gardendale, and he chases Vaughn back to first. First runner for the Golden Gophers. Actually, I'm correct with me, Moore reached in the first inning. Second runner, and not getting much of a lead, but getting chased back.
6, the left fielder. Probably to no one's surprise, he wears jersey number 6.
Late on that one, but got good wood on it, and it's fouled to the right side.
His brother is also on the team.
Yep.
Noah, he's a junior. Hunter is the senior. We'll probably see 6 if you need a base runner. Noah.
So Robinson, any runner that's gotten on, Matt, he's throwing over there a lot. And there's a high chop. It's a tailor-made double play, and that's easy stuff as it was bounded right to the shortstop, Adam Yazel.
I just got a call down in the booth here about a Golden Gopher to my right.
What happened?
They're cousins, not brothers.
Oh, they're cousins.
Yeah.
That's an odd way to. Two outs as Hunter 6 double play.
Yeah, the race is a potential run.
Jose Arieza steps in. He's the third baseman. To Matt's point, that line erased, so he's right on top of it with that right foot. High fastball misses 2-0.
Parker Robinson's done a nice job. I think he's like the 2 or the 3 starter in Keaty's rotation. He's thrown very nicely. Given a couple of hits up, but one was just erased on double play.
Yep, and pitches very quickly, as you can see.
Yeah.
He gets the ball back, gets the signal, and ready to go. 3-1, taken all the way, and that's a fastball for a strike. 3-1.
You know, we've seen a lot of quick workers. I think he's writing the book this year. And he walked him.
Yep. Tried to get that outside corner. Might have been a little high, and Arieza reaches on the wall.
Now batting,
Christian
number 10,
Kelly.
Christian Kelly.
The DH is up. Low, and that's ball 1.
He started out with a fastball away.
Beautiful setting. The trees protecting the field in the outfield, giving a great hitter's background.
Absolutely.
Very thickly forested outfield wall.
Lots of pines out here, Scott.
Yeah, and that missed as well, 2-0. There's a look at Arieza.
It's 380 to straightaway. 325 down the lines.
Not much of a lead for Arieza, I wouldn't say. Bounding ball to third. And makes sure on the force out to second. So Kelly out on the fielder's choice. 5-2. 3-0 Rockets on top of the Golden Gophers. We head to the top of the third. We'll take a break. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
It's prom season, and we want you to enjoy a positive prom experience by adding some extra sparkle to your big evening. Hello, this is Jefferson County Sheriff Mark Petway with some cool details on how you can stay safe while celebrating this season and walk away with some nice prizes at the same time. As part of our ongoing mission to foster safe and memorable experiences while preventing underage drinking, we're inviting students across our county to enter our Dine and Shine Prom Night Sweepstakes by signing our Prom Pledge cards. To enter, visit our website and click on the Prom Pledge icon. Once there, you can fill out the form to have your name entered in a drawing. 10 lucky winners will receive a number of prizes to make this prom the best one yet.
Now batting number 4, Jackson Firestone.
Welcome back to Jeff Coed TV. Rockets on top 3-0 and leading off the top of the third here at Hueytown against Braden McCrary. And that's Jackson Firestone in the box, and he takes a strike.
Firestone, right fielder, grounded back to the box in his first at-bat.
Nice slow curve, breaks right in there. 0-2.
His father, David, just named the Gardendale head football coach. How about that?
Got elevated. He was the offense coordinator, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
You have a good memory.
High fastball. I assume he plays football as well. I don't know that. Wouldn't you assume?
One would figure, yeah.
He's missing spring training. I wonder how that sits with the head coach. Slow curve, and that got him.
Find out at dinner.
Yeah. You're falling behind.
Wow.
So
McCrary.
First strikeout for him.
Yeah.
Now batting number 13,
Hey, quick work of
Adam
Firestone.
Ezel.
So
Now we go to the number 5 hitter.
Yep, Yezel steps in, the shortstop. Again, McCrary, just an angular looking pitcher, and most guys that have that build can really throw. It's weird, isn't it? They don't have to have the mass. They just got that whip action. And he certainly has that the way he can bring it. 1-0, that one's a little high.
There is no wind. There's not even a breeze.
Yep, dead still today. There's
Wow.
that curve. Almost got away from him.
That thing broke a foot.
Yeah, he has a hard curve, and he's got a kind of a slow one, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Not many pitchers at this level have two different curves, right? Fastball inside, looked good, but the umpire says no, 3-0.
Right at the chest, could have gone either way. Shortstop.
Caleb Banks would be next. Inside, and that's a walk. Four
Funny.
pitches.
Isn't it funny how this game is? He just made real quick work of the 4-hole hitter Firestone, and then he just walks your ass.
4 pitches. That's Caleb Banks steps in. Yazell on first.
Banks grounded to third, his first at-bat. As the Rockets want to add to that 3-0 lead.
High. Backed him up a little bit. 5th straight ball for McCrary, who's found that the dish is dancing on him a little bit. There's that curve that breaks off the outside corner. 6 straight balls.
Might have been a little low. That curve ball had a lot of break on it. Somebody else in the stands noticed the 6 in a row too, Scott.
That one's down the middle, and a strike.
Runner on, 1 out.
Hard hit to right center. That's going to fall for a base hit. So hard, nobody can move up, but on the normal one bag, good hit there for Caleb Banks.
The ball had a little bit of a tail on it. It looked like it was just going to go right over second, and it drifted towards right field. And Houston made a nice charge towards the well-hit ball, and runners will remain at second and now first.
So Gardendale's got something going again for the 3rd straight inning. Rhett Fitzpatrick, the DH. He got hit by a pitch but scored last inning.
They scored in every frame through 2, now looking at 3. That's that curveball.
Yep, came right at him. Fitzpatrick didn't flinch, but it still broke over the plate for a strike. McCrary holding it, called time, and I guess the umpire gave it to him.
I guess he did, but I didn't think he got out in time.
Yep. He never raised his hands to show, did he?
Not that I saw. Man, is he on the plate.
So that pitch does not count.
McCrary was taking his time, though. He's checking both runners, mainly at second, looking at Yaz.
Yeah. Obviously, the first base has the lead, and Davis is playing behind the runner. Slow curve again, and that caught the outside corner. 0-2.
I think he caught Fitzpatrick guessing a little bit. He was thinking fastball. Throwing the deuce.
Goes fastball, elevates it, but Fitzpatrick does not bite. 1-2.
What you want if you're McCrary right here is, 6-4-3 or some type of infield double play. Any kind of double play, actually, would end the inning. Whew.
Swing and a miss. Got him. Or that, right? Where nobody advances?
Yeah,
that'll work too.
That's a good deal now. You can play back and take the force at any place but home.
Carter Jenkins, not as good as double play, but probably the best thing after that. Carter Jenkins, the catcher up now. He flied out to right last inning. See if he's a 2-out player.
McCrary worked 2 innings. No Ks. He's got 2 in this inning.
Fouled off. Lucas Ford, who had the big hit for the fence-rattling double, is on deck. Scored a run and knocked in one.
Yep.
Good pitch. Again, not the slow curve, Matt, but that kind of medium one, just changing speeds, and it got a strike. Now what do you throw here, 0-2?
I'd throw in the same one, but I'd probably get ripped.
Whoa, almost. Kind of a little play there where
Yeah.
you're making sure that first baseman, the runner on first might be asleep. Davis snuck behind him, but the throw was a little wild.
Yeah, there was a signal there somewhere. Could have come from the third baseman,
Yep.
noticing the lead. And then if both the pitcher and the first baseman pick it up, game on, play on.
0-2, Jenkins waited on that one, Matt. It's foul. Davis looks like he's got a beat on it and makes a nice little over-the-shoulder catch for the out.
Got out of jam. First inning, Gardendale has not scored.
So, 2 runners stranded, 3-0 Gardendale going to the bottom of the third. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Hello, Jeff Coed family. I just wanted to take this time to say thank you to the teachers of Jefferson County Schools. I appreciate everything that you do and how the commitment and dedication that you give every day that you come to service our children and to service our families. Thank you for everything that you do.
Welcome back to Hueytown. Let's correct ourselves.
First of all, I got caught a little.
Yeah, singing, it's
Stepping
very
off,
normal
yeah.
at a baseball game.
Yeah, I made an error. I said Jackson Firestone's dad had just taken over as head football coach. It's actually Eric. I looked down there, I saw Dad, and I said David. So my bad. Apologies to the entire Firestone
Well, and I
family.
said offensive coordinator, and it was defensive coordinator.
Well,
he moved up, so we both can get an E on
Scott,
that one.
The effort
Nobody
was there.
scored, though, Matt.
The effort was there, and we did not give up a run.
That's right. So Caleb Chapman will step in, his first appearance of this game in the bottom of the third, and we'll go back to the top of the lineup here in a moment. Chapman, the right fielder.
He's got a little pop for the bottom of the order. He has a home run earlier this year, and as you can just see, he's a baseball player's build.
Yeah.
He's got speed, so.
0-2 on Chapman.
Robinson's just kind of cruising along here.
Mm-hmm. Got a little 3-0 lead. Enjoying it.
You know what's wrong with that pitch, Scott? Absolutely nothing.
That's right.
I mean, you're going to try and get him to go fishing. You throw it outside. There's nobody on.
Sharply hit ball to third, but right at Banks, and that's an easy play.
Banks made it look easy. 2 sharp hops, gloved it, strong throw over, and outed the speedy Chapman.
Yeah, any, 5 or 6 feet to either side, he might have a shot.
Yeah, it was
not
hit
right
hard.
at him. Yep. R.J. Houston steps in. He grounded out the third, also his first at bat.
Got to check the ball. And Moore comes over and gets it. And now back to action.
Fastball, chest high, and he got a call, 0-2.
Just a little bit low.
Outside and high. 2-2. Bronson Moore, who has a single, would be next.
Wow.
Hard hit ball, but right on the line to Banks.
Now batting, number 9, Bronson, 4.
A couple of hard hit balls, Matt, nothing to show for it. Here comes Moore. And he had a hard hit ball.
Yeah.
And got a single. First inning.
He's just a freshman, too. You're starting a program like Hueytown. Can't frame that one there, Carter.
Swing and tapped it away. A little off-speed action from Robinson.
Robinson's doing a great job this inning of really getting ahead of the hitters.
Yeah. 3-0, right? To enjoy that lead.
Yep, and that allows you to do just that.
And making a nice play. I thought Moore had another, but just not hit hard enough. And Burdette goes up and stabs that little soft liner for the third out. So 3 up, 3 down for Parker Robinson. We head to the top of the fourth. Rockets on top, 3-0. You're watching Jeff Coed TV. Welcome back to Hueytown, Alabama. Golden Gophers and the Gardendale Rockets. Last year, a 17-inning affair right here on Jeff Coed TV. If you're wondering about that game, it's in our archives on the Jeff Coed TV app. Matt Coulter did that game, and he still hasn't recovered. Still hasn't caught up on his sleep.
Well, I haven't. I think I told you that my daughter in Tyler, Texas had received a journalism award over in Tyler.
Yeah, you had
so
to
I
drive.
went and I drove all night thinking I get a couple hours sleep, go to 17 game, I'll be fine. No, 17 innings later, and I wouldn't trade an out for it.
Yep. So, Gardendale here at the top of the fourth. First pitch ball. This is Lucas Ford, who had a loud double and an RBI and scored a run in this game so far.
Yeah, it bounced right up next to the fence in right.
Right fielder's playing a little bit deeper.
Not a whole lot, though, is
No,
he?
but it, well, I mean, maybe 15 feet, maybe. I don't know. But center field looks normal, but right field still a little.
Yeah, some guys are more comfortable playing shallow than they are deep.
Swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
2-1. McCrary's pitched well. He just a couple of hard hit balls, well timed and placed.
Well, and he hit a couple batters too.
Yeah,
both scored.
That one's low, or excuse me, a strike. 2-2.
Little surprise Ford laid off of that one. Looked like room service. What's he going to do on 2-2?
Another good pitch. Runs it full.
Con tried to frame it, and it was frameable.
High pop out of play. So I noticed that John Rocket, no relation to the Gardendale Rockets, put their nickname on the graphic, Matt, as opposed to the school name. Did you notice that?
I thought that's the way it'd been all year.
Is it? Oh. I'm not very on top of it. High fastball, and that's a walk for Ford.
That was a really good at-bat because he started 2 strikes to count. Took what I thought was a strike, came back, showed me up. Now he reaches base. Back to the top of the order.
Carson Burdett, what's he done so far?
Let's see, grounded back to the pitcher. And then he had a single and an RBI back in the second inning.
And
as we make reference to the game last year, he's the one that came around and scored the winning run.
Yeah. They're kind of making McCrary slow down a little bit, it seems like. Putting something on possibly with Ford at first. There's a hole over there between first and second, as you see. I don't know if we can get a shot of that, Rocket, but
well,
second baseman's right near the bag.
Second baseman's not in your frame. That should tell you a little bit.
Yeah.
He is far off to the left. He's covering the bag, which I'm not sure he's doing with a left-hander.
Yeah, so if he pulls it in that hole with any speed, he's got a base hit.
Well, if he had my speed, probably not. But you said any speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rules me out.
0-2 on Burdett.
Might go.
Now he moves over a couple of steps, Matt, to his left, our right. He pulls it that way, but it's just a lazy fly. And the second baseman goes out and catches that one.
Yeah, more called off Chapman. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah. Florence steps in with Ford at first. Cody Florence, the center fielder. He's also scored a run. Got a hit.
Yep.
Been on base twice.
Now, he is not up on the plate.
No. But he strides in, right, with that left foot.
Yeah.
So he has to make that adjustment. Little open stance. And then he'll close it, tuck that shoulder on the stride. There it is. That's just his timing mechanism, 1-1.
Gardendale scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and we have been cruising with 0 since.
Took it off again.
That's a good pitch, Scott.
That slurve, it looks like, kind of half slider, half curve.
Yeah, and it's up, too.
1-2. And he got a couple of different speeds of that. There's a hard one. It gets away, and stolen base, I would guess.
Yeah.
For Burdett.
Yeah, all the way. And
I mean for Ford, I should say.
yeah, and first of all, Jarek Kahn did a great job. You could hear it as well as see it. Goes to both knees, blocks the ball, keeps it out in front of him. But unfortunately, it bounced far enough for Ford to advance. Now he's in scoring position with just 1 out for the Rockets.
There's that slow curve that he almost was too late on Florence as he fouled it down the right field line. But did a nice job just to get his bat on it. Caden Combs would be next. He's got an RBI in this game. Had some movement on him, Matt. That fastball, like maybe a two-seam, and just got enough of it.
Florence was a lot more on that one than he was the previous foul ball. Don't bring him that pitch again if I'm McCrary.
Two and two.
Whoa.
There's that hard curve. I don't know how that didn't hit him. It went between his legs, it looked like.
I think Florence expected it to hit him.
3-2 now. On the center fielder for the Rockets. Up 3-0. Swing and a miss. Went inside with a fastball at the knees, and Florence strikes out. Good pitch.
Now you got Combs, the hero last year, and he absolutely smoked one down the left field line to drive in the first run of the game.
1 for 2, flied out the second. There's that slow curve.
Combs wasn't sure that crossed the plate.
Oh,
he is an imposing-looking guy, isn't he?
Well, he's a big kid, and then when he stands on top of the plate, it's kind of Rizzo-like.
Makes him larger, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just dares you to hit him, and he stands there even when the ball's breaking at him. There's another one, didn't move, but it's another strike. It's 0-2.
There was no doubt that broke across the plate. That was maybe the best pitch I've seen Braden McCrary throw this baseball game.
So hats off to Combs, but also hats off to McCrary, who's just not flinching either.
No.
He's just throwing what he wants to throw.
And he's throwing the same stuff he started the game with. Maybe with a little bit more control, though. Curveball away.
0-2 with Combs. You would think he's set up out there. Went speed. Oh, man, he missed it. So moving up is forward. Pass ball there, would you say?
Yeah, I would. Con was even set up outside for that pitch.
Yeah, it wasn't that errant a throw, but it got away from Con.
But with 1-2, McCrary can work out of this without allowing a run, although the runner is now at third.
Yeah, and with the backstop, you do another one of those, it's a run, right? Because the backstop is huge. Doesn't look like it from that shot, but it really is.
20 yards, maybe?
Yeah, 1-2. Curve, hard curve. Looks sliderish to me, but 2-2.
Well, Combs is just showing his experience as a hitter.
He's not chasing, is he?
No.
Outside again, that does get away, and there's no chance. So that's what I was talking about. If you let two, you get a cheap run, and that's what the Rockets get.
Well, first one was a pass ball. I'll score that a wild pitch as Ford literally just cruises home.
So Combs now, 3-2, the bases are empty. That's a big run this late in the game.
Yep. So now the Rockets have scored in 3 of the 4 half innings.
And boy, the catcher thought that was strike 3, and they didn't give it to him. So Combs is aboard with a walk.
Not a real popular call here in Hueytown either.
And what did you think? Pretty close.
Yeah. What I think is that Combs has an unbelievable eye to lay off that pitch.
Yeah, he was down 0-2,
I
think. Jackson Firestone's stepping in. Again, the son of the football coach, Eric. 1-0. Combs at first, 2 outs. Rockets have had their way with the Golden Gophers this afternoon so far. Boy, hard hit ball. That gets past Davis. Combs is on his way to third easily. Firestone with a hard hit single, and we got runners at the corners.
Firestone jumped on that pitch. Combs is a little slow getting up at third. For a big man, he was chugging.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball to right, and the right fielder has played up, but there was no throw to third. Well, there may have been a throw, but there was really no play.
Yazell up.
And again, keep an eye on Firestone. High lazy fly. He's got a long way to run, though. And that falls. I think he dove a little early, Matt. And that'll score Combs. Firestone moves to second. And that's the hit for Yazell.
Go along with the walk and a ground out, so he's 1 for 2. And that was a case where Chapman playing in seemed to help. But that ball got pretty high, and it died in a hurry. No breeze, though, to carry it either way, up or down.
Yeah.
Left to right.
And it looked like he was going to run and make it, but again, he just short with that diving effort.
So they got another couple runs here in the top half of the fourth, taking a 5-0 lead. That's tough if you're McCrary. That ball wasn't hard hit, just hit where nobody else was.
Caleb Banks in the box, 1-0. Another one that way. That'll be out of bounds. Let's see if he can make it. And he missed that one.
Had a shot at that.
Boy, he's a step short on both those balls.
Yeah, and he was flying then. I thought he had a better chance at that one than he did the previous one that ended up as a single. A lot of foul territory here.
Yes. A long run there. Still landed in foul territory. 1-1 to Caleb Banks. Slow curve. Guess a little high. Good pitch.
A little high. I think it broke across the plate, but like you said, it was up.
5-0 Gardendale.
Not what I expected, but it's far from over.
There's a good shot of the leads there from first base camera. Inside, backed him up a bit. 3-1. Rhett Fitzpatrick would be next.
Banks has a hit.
Called a strike on the outside corner, so 3-2.
Yeah, I think Banks wanted to get to first, but that was a strike. So now you go. Full, you sending the runners, Scott?
Yeah, the runners will be going for sure. 5-0 Gardendale. And a good base hit brings home both, possibly.
Yep.
On their way. High chop to short. He's got to make the long throw to first, and it gets away. That's where the runner's going. Helps as Davis having a tough time at first base. And that brings home Jackson Firestone. And that's case in point, right? That's how big that 3-2 count was.
Yep. And you just put the ball in play with the runners running, with the full count, with 2 out. Not a well-hit ball.
Is it error?
Well, if it is, it's a throwing error, I guess.
Yeah, E6, huh?
Yep.
I think so. I think you have him if you throw it right?
Yeah, I think Davis was going to tell you he should have scooped it.
Yeah, it wasn't a horrible throw. But that's 6-0 Rockets. And
Billy Chandler's on the hill now. He's talking to his catcher first.
Yeah, they're just not in sync today.
Well, a couple of the hits in this inning have not been all that well hit. Hit them where they ain't, Scott.
And that just shows you the little things, right? Again, going 3-2, putting the runners in motion. So normally he flips to the second baseman and you're running back to your dugout. But he couldn't do that, Matt, with the runners in motion. Had to throw it on a high chop. Had to hurry a little bit. Throw wasn't on target. Davis couldn't scoop it. Now all of a sudden you got another run.
Big right-hander steps in. He comes in out of the pen. That's Jackson Kahn. I think we saw him in the game at Oak Grove earlier in relief of McCrary. Big guy, big delivery. Little Billy Joel to serenade you here, Scott.
Yeah, I like it. Jackson Kahn and Will Vaughn with similar names. Let's take a look at what we got going on Saturday.
All right, let's do, Scott.
We got 3 baseball games. We got the semifinals and the finals of the middle school championships in the Jeff Co-Ed school system. Coverage begins at 11. Obviously, we can't predict the games, but probably 11, 1:30-ish, 4-ish, maybe,
4,
for the 3,
yeah.
if it goes normal. But we can't even tell you the teams because they're still battling for that. So
that'd be a lot of fun.
We know we're at Fulton now, and that's it.
Well, Ernie's going to say, let's play 3.
Yeah. Ryan Fitzpatrick steps in and fouls that away.
Well, I watched him in his warm-ups, and I thought maybe Kahn was just kind of lobbing to get loose, but he's just not bringing it. I mean, he is going to be a control pitcher from what I've seen in the warm-ups, and then the one pitch. Let's watch again. 20 with the delivery.
It's not fast. There's a high sky tickler that the catcher will try to get, and they let it fall. It's a fair ball. It's a fair ball. So that's not going to make Coach Chandler happy.
No.
And the catcher's got to take control of that, or the first baseman even, right?
You know what? If you're going to throw penalty flags, I think there's 4 available, to be honest with you. And I will also tell you this, in defense, I don't know if there's a higher sky in America right now.
Yeah. Are we giving him an E on that? Got to, right?
Well, it didn't hit anything. It didn't hit a glove, did it?
You going to give him a hit?
Well, give me a couple of innings. I am going to give him a hit because
You're the official
nobody
scorer.
gloved him. So, and he's going to like me.
They
more
should
for
have
that.
got it, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
catcher comes out, and it's kind of awkward for him. It seems like catchers, when they have to go straight out, it's a weirder catch for them as opposed to coming back. The pitcher normally doesn't catch a pop-up, and the first baseman didn't come in.
Well, and that leaves a way for
And
the
it was
third
high
baseman.
enough for either one of them to come in, really, right?
But I didn't see Arizia come in because he's got the better glove, right?
Arieza, yeah.
And he has
but it's on the first base side.
Yep. Then it
But it took a while to get down.
and that ball was high enough for a lot of folks to catch it.
And there's another boot at third, and so a run will score on the error by Arieza.
Hey, came over in front of the shortstop, tried to make the play. Looked like it hit the heel of his glove. And the Rockets are opening up a can here in their half of the 4th inning. They now lead 8-0.
Fitzpatrick at second now, and Carter Jenkins at first. So Lucas Ford up, who's scored 2 runs, has an RBI. He's been on base twice. 1 for 1 with a walk. This game's getting out of hand, isn't it?
Yeah, and he could do some damage again here. Back in the 2nd inning, he launched one to right. Over the head of Chapman and played it a run, and I think he came around and scored too. He scored maybe twice in this game.
Jackson Kahn with the slow curve for the strike.
I don't think he's bringing it 65 miles an hour, do you?
Nope. Still got to change speeds, and he got that one by 4. 2-2.
Yeah, Ford wanted to jump on that one. He's way ahead of it.
This is not the game we expected. 8-0 for sure.
Nope.
Try to even slow it more, but it just didn't snap off the wrist. 3-2. Runners in motion again, and we saw what happened last time. Got him on the strikeout.
Whoa.
Ford caught looking. So, finally, Gardendale is out, but not before they score 5 runs, excuse me. 8-0 Rockets over the Golden Gophers. You're watching Jeff Coed TV. We'll be back.
Prom season, and we want you to enjoy a positive prom experience by adding some extra sparkle to your big evening. Hello, this is Jefferson County Sheriff Mark Petway with some cool details on how you can stay safe while celebrating this season and walk away with some nice prizes at the same time. As part of our ongoing mission to foster safe and memorable experiences while preventing underage drinking, we're inviting students across our county to enter our Dine and Shine Prom Night Sweepstakes by signing our Prom Pledge cards. To enter, visit our website and click on the Prom Pledge icon. Once there, you can fill out the form to have your name entered in a drawing. 10 lucky winners will receive a number of prizes to make this prom the best one yet.
Welcome back to Jeff Coed TV. Scott Griffin and Matt Coulter and our great crew here, giving you some baseball that's surprising to us. We thought it'd be a really competitive game. We'll see if Hueytown can do something here. They got 4 at-bats left. Bottom of the 4th, trailing 8-0 right now.
Well, and here's a guy to get him started, the first baseman, Baker Davis.
Yeah, he's had a tough day at the field. See if he can try to get some of that frustration out at the plate.
And he's got a couple of pops this year, the big fly. I mean, it takes a big fly to get it out of here in Hueytown.
Got ahead of it a little bit, chopped it away, 0-2.
Meanwhile, checking out the mound and looking at Parker Robinson. 1-3, there he is. Scott, he's throwing a 2-hit shutout.
Yeah. Not overpowering, but
no.
Changing speeds and working inside, outside, up and down, moving the ball, changing the eye level of the hitters, doing all the right things.
He's retired 4 in a row.
Boy, that looked a touch outside, but they call him out. So Davis strikes out for the second time.
Not like him.
Number 14, Jarrett Kahn.
Not his day. So Jarrett Kahn comes up.
He's behind the plate.
He flied out to right his first time up in the first inning.
Yeah, they're just going through the order the second time. Gardendale's working on third, going towards 4.
1-0. Outside, 2-0. Kahn, Vaughn, 6 are your next 3 hitters. Hard shot to short. Scooped up. Throw Yazell. Easy play. 2 outs.
Yeah, 2 quick outs here. And it's continued. Parker Robinson's just rolling along.
Sam Vaughn, the shortstop.
Now batting, number 7.
He has one of the 2 hits. Back in the second. He led off with a single. Shadow's starting to creep in from left. Ford is in the shadows. That's a
touch
pop on it.
outside. Yeah, popped the mitt pretty good. Vaughn, as Matt said, one of only 2 hits. That's 2-1.
Little up, got the call.
Outside and low, 3-1. They just need some runners, right? Get on base and see what happens. And that's exactly what happened as Vaughn works a walk.
You called it. Not a lot of runners allowed by Robinson.
No.
A couple of hits, and now a couple of walks. Not been real dominating. Only has a couple of strikes out as number 6 steps up.
Hunter 6, yep, to the plate.
He hit into a double play earlier.
Fastball strike. High fastball, and 6 like that, and threw a nice hard hit to right field. So runners at first and second on the single by 6.
Nice arm and right, but Firestone. He hit his shortstop right in the chest and seemed to do so effortlessly. So maybe it's time for the Gophers to mark here in the bottom of the 4th.
Arriaza walked his first time, had an error last inning. He wants to rectify that.
Out of play easily, which says a little bit here in Gardendale. Excuse me, Hueytown. A lot of room in foul territory.
Throwback and knocked down nicely by Combs.
It was a great idea. He had him a little sleeping. Golden Gophers trying to get a rally going on. They've got 2 on, but there's also 2 out in an even 1-1 count. Oh,
that hit Arriaza, and he didn't mind it hitting him. He didn't try to get out of the way at all. So, bases are loaded. As Christian Kelly can try to scratch here and see what happens.
Chandler wants to talk to him. The on-deck hitter. Chapman will come over as well as pitching coaches come out for Gardendale.
That can happen sometimes in a long inning in between. You get out of your rhythm a little bit. Not like he's pitched poorly this inning, but bases are loaded.
Yeah, but all the runners have come with 2 outs. You got a strikeout, and then you got the ground out.
Parker Robinson stays in. Let's see what Christian Kelly could do at the DH for the Golden Gophers.
He grounded to a force out at second.
Hits it hard to left, and you can't scout a hitter better than that. Frozen in his tracks and caught by Lucas Ford. So Kelly is out on the fly out, and that'll do it. 3 runners stranded, 8-0 Gardendale. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
Hello, Jeff Coed family. I just wanted to take this time to say thank you to the teachers of Jefferson County Schools. I appreciate everything that you do, and how the commitment and dedication that you give every day that you come to service our children and to service our families. Thank you for everything that you do.
Welcome back to Hueytown. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter, the Jeff Coed TV crew. 8-0. Gardendale in control of this one right now. The Golden Gophers had the bases loaded with 2 out, couldn't do anything with it. So back to the top of the 5th.
Number 3, Carson Burdette.
Carson Burdette will step up.
He's got a hit and 3 trips. Drove in a run back in the 2nd inning.
Leading off. It's going to be a tough play, but nice play.
That's your freshman, Scott.
Bronson Moore. Nice stretch over there by Davis.
You know,
Now batting number 5.
he's charging more towards the third baseman than anything. He gloves it. You got to throw back across your body, which he does so successfully. And you're right to point out Baker Davis. Nice play at first. It's 1 pitch, 1 out.
Florence up now. Cody has scored a run. He struck out and got a single. 1 for 2. Head of that one.
Jackson Kahn in relieving McCrary last inning.
Doesn't throw hard, but
He's just trying to throw Scott.
Yeah.
He's just trying to throw strikes.
and that speed that McCrary had is offset by this, and the Gardendale hitters have not adjusted yet. 3-1. Hard hit ball, and that's a base hit. Past the diving Arieza. So Florence is aboard.
Now batting number 1.
With his second hit. Caden Combs comes up, Matt, and he's been productive today.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2. He hit a shot down the line and left for a double to score the game's first run. And now he's up with 1 out, chance to do more damage as his Rockets already lead 8-0.
Strike on that pitch on the outside corner. Again, beautiful day here. Even slower on that off speed, but didn't bite. 1-1.
Yeah, just a little bit low. And it seems to be taking Gardendale maybe just a little bit to get adjusted to Kahn's pitch, because he does not bring it.
No. Two and one now on Combs, the third place hitter for the Rockets. Swing and a miss, and just off on the timing.
Yep. That's a little frustrating. I think you see it with Combs.
It looks so hittable, right?
Yep. Doubled in the first, and he hit a fly to left and walked in his last plate appearance.
Boy, I was about to say that looked good, and it kind of froze Combs on the outside corner.
Now batting
So
number
2
4,
quick outs
Jackson
here,
Firestone.
even with the runner aboard for Jackson Kahn.
Jackson Firestone, his namesake, steps in. Right fielder, at least first name namesake. That's right down the middle, but I guess it was high, so ball 1.
Firestone has a hit, scored a run back in that big 4th inning where they plated 5.
Head of it with a wicked cut, 1-1. Game's kind of slowed to a halt here, hasn't it?
I think the 8-0 score as the crowd a little bit more subdued than we expected.
Right off the end of the bat.
He's got room.
And makes a nice catch. Almost overran it, did Arieza, but that'll be out number 3 as Firestone flies out to the third baseman. Bottom of the 5th we go. Rockets in control, 8-0. You're watching Jeff Coed TV. Jacob Smith, the head coach of Oak Grove. And Coach, first of all, congratulations. Kind of cool, number 1 in the 4A rankings. That's kind of a neat deal.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, really. I never thought it would be this way, but these kids have worked hard. They've put each other before themselves and have played really well this year, and it's been a joy to be a part of. From the first day we got back from Christmas break, I said, guys, y'all are good enough to win the whole thing. I said, and it ain't got nothing to do with me. I said, it ain't got nothing to do with any of these other coaches. I said, y'all have the ability and the talent on this roster, 1 through 9, even the guys that, are the come in and role play guys, but they've all bought into what their role is. It's just been a blessing this year to be a part of it.
Number 1 in 4A, Oak Grove.
Nice little chat you had there with Jake.
Jake Smith, you can see the entire chat on the Jeff Coed TV app. Hueytown steps in. They just want to get something going here. Get a run, get some runners. And had the bases loaded last inning. Could not get one across. So this is Caleb Chapman again. Fouls that one away.
He's only had 1 at-bat. He's in the 9 hole for Hueytown. He grounded to third in his only at-bat. He'd like to get something started for Hueytown here in the bottom of the 6th as opportunities are starting to wane.
Yeah. Oop. High and tight. 3-1.
It'll change drastically, but it's a little bit warm.
Yeah. Down the middle, and Chapman just chopped it away a little bit. Not so sure. I wouldn't. He's not going to bunt now, but would have bunted just to get on or get something going here. And that hit him, so that'll work too. So Chapman reaches with a hit by pitch.
Well,
and R.J. Houston will step up.
I just want to talk about something, and I think it is perhaps, did it hit him or was it a ball? Either way, he's on first.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what the discussion is about, and neither is Ryan Keedy.
I thought it hit him. Keedy is wondering. I heard it hit something,
like
didn't you?
Kick of a clothing or something.
Yeah. And I don't think it hit the dirt first, did it?
No.
So, not sure what Keedy was talking about, but he had a point over there. Referees heard it. Runner at first. Don't think it's a steal situation, down by 8.
Nah.
And that gets away, you don't have to. And that's just Jenkins not catching the ball.
Yeah, it's a fast ball.
He's gonna, he feels the game. I think Keedy feels the game getting lulled here. This is what this is about. Do you have a guess on that?
Well, so far, Hueytown has only gotten their leadoff runner on once. This is just the second inning, and we're in the 5th, the second time. We're in the 5th inning. And I kind of had the same feeling here.
I think Keedy got onto him.
Or a walk or something. He said, hey, guys, don't you – here's one of them.
I think the catcher missing it when it's pretty much right to him and just missing the ball, that was the last straw for him.
You're up 8-0. You know, your attention
Wake up.
span's not what it was 5 innings ago. And congratulations. Ryan caught that early.
Yeah. He didn't want it to get away from him. And that's a strike inside on R.J. Houston.
And by the way, I doubt he said this, but maybe the intent was obvious. You know, your buddy's got a 2-hit, 3-hit shutout going here. Let's keep it.
Yeah. And suddenly, Robinson can't find the plate. He was 3-1 on the last hitter. Didn't hit him. Now he's 2-1 on Houston. That time got him swinging on the outside corner, 2-2.
Now that time he looked like he was pitching with an 8-0 lead. And that's exactly what you got to do.
Yeah, there's no
those strikes.
There's no guessing here.
You got 8 people out there helping you out, yourself included.
That's strike 3. Houston down looking.
You'd think Barker got a little frustrated himself and went, come on, man.
Houston got frozen up by that one. So Bronson Moore is up. He had the hardest hit for Hueytown today in the first.
Yep.
If he duplicates that, it'll be the first run for Hueytown.
He's just a freshman. You're going to see him play baseball for a while.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I remember when we were doing the Oak Grove game, and I was talking to Billy Chandler. You got a freshman starting for Hueytown High School? Then I watched him play, flawless in the field. He had 2 hits. He's got 1 here tonight.
Yep.
This afternoon.
High. 2-1.
Yep. Falling behind in the count.
Every hitter so far in this inning.
But then he, last at bat, he just threw gas twice.
Boy, he saw one he liked, got under it.
That's going to be out of play.
Yeah, but more like that one. If he gets it again, he might rope it.
Yeah.
You can see he knows he missed one there. Robinson with an 8-0 lead, 2-2 on Bronson Moore. Got him chasing. So Robinson coming back competitively.
Yeah.
Back-to-back Ks.
Yep. He now has 4.
Now batting, number 21.
So Baker Davis, who's had a rough day, he struck out twice now, Matt. He's had tough stuff in the field. He'd like to feel good about something today.
Yeah, nephew of the former major leaguer, Russ Davis.
That's outside. A rough day in the field and at the plate.
Yeah, you're right. He's at home. He'd like to make up for that.
Hits it off the fist a little bit. That's going to take a funky bounce, but they get the runner Davis, and that'll do it. So, 4 hitters, 1 reaches, but 3 outs, no scoring. We head to the top of the 6th. Gardendale on top, 8-0. You're watching Jeff Coed TV. Welcome back to Jeff Coed TV. Rockets on top and in control, 8-0. Acting like smooth criminals, as that's what Michael Jackson's singing in the background as they come on the road trying to steal this one from the homestanding Golden Gophers.
Well, Scott, it's less than the thriller I anticipated.
Well, Matt, if you don't like it, you can beat it. Does anybody know what we're talking about?
I think
nobody.
More
Nobody
would
does.
unless I started
We
bringing
think
back.
they do, but in reality, nobody knows what we're
Well,
talking
then
about.
I won't break out ABC, okay?
Exactly.
Now batting number 15. Adam
Nobody has any idea what we're discussing. But they should, Matt, because it's history.
You do your rock and roll and your
That's
music
right.
trivia. It's like when I was a little kid, didn't you read baseball books about
Yes.
guys you never
Nobody
saw
likes
play?
history anymore. That's all I did growing up, just like you did.
I read every Babe Ruth book that there was on the
Yeah.
planet, I think. I even read the foreign versions.
It's crazy. Just there's no appreciation for history. All right, we're going to stop
Please
with
no,
the
I'm kidding.
8-0 Gardendale in control. Hueytown just trying to find themselves here, just trying to play good baseball. Hear something, feel good about something today. They don't feel good about much right now.
Well, I feel pretty good about what Kahn's done coming in relief of McCrary. You know, he's not overpowering, but he's getting outs.
Adam Yazell in the box.
He's
2
a
and 1.
shortstop. He's made some good plays.
Yeah.
Sixth spot. Yeah.
Yep. No, I think you're to your point. He's done a nice job. He doesn't look wonderful throwing, but he's getting outs. And that's low, and
That's what happens when I start bragging on him.
Yazell reaches base on a walk.
That's his second walk
Now batting number 2.
with a hit.
Caleb Banks comes up. What's he done today?
He's grounded out a couple of times. We had a single back in that big 5-run fourth inning.
We actually gave him an error on that, unless you're changing it.
Well,
You said you needed 2 innings, though. There's a high pop. Second base should have that one. That's more, and he puts it away. You remember that one?
yeah.
And I'm
There were a
kidding
couple.
with you, obviously, but
No. Yeah, I have an E in one at-bat, but I think I have a single in another. So,
you do
Now
actually.
batting number 11. Parker
Yes, in the 3rd inning. That's right. But he did score in the 4th inning, to your point.
yeah, so off after the error.
Yes, that's exactly right. So we were both wrong and correct at the same time.
Yeah, however you want to explain it, it's fine with me.
Whatever that means. Runner on first, Yazell. Rhett Fitzpatrick, the DH, is up. He has scored a run. He has gotten a hit.
We may have
He's the DH. Yazell at first. Slow and slower. That's a strike. 2 and 1. He was changing speeds on his fastball. You know, and that was even slower. High, and just shows you the effectiveness of it. Just like,
well, you just want to hit it so
Yeah,
bad.
it's so
'cause
slow, you
kinda
just wanna swing it
floating in there.
anything.
It looks
Yeah.
like BP.
yep. And we're not
And-
making fun of the kid.
He's
getting everybody
outs.
out.
That's what his job is.
He's around
Look
the
at
plate, and he's effective, and he's getting some strikeouts.
Got 2 outs.
Yep. So strikeout for Fitzpatrick, 2 outs. And Carter Jenkins, the catcher, should be up.
Now batting number 8. Carter Jenkins.
Yazell at first. Jackson Kahn has come in.
Yeah, he came in the middle of that
And
fifth.
that's
Look at this.
Not much wood there, and the second baseman will put it away. That's more, and Pretty easy, not much contact for Jackson Kahn as he continues to hold the Rockets. But Hueytown's got 8 runs to make up. Bottom of the 6th, you're watching Jeff Coed TV. Welcome back again to Sunbathed Hueytown. Parker Robinson is just sailing along, but he's out of the game now, man. We got a new pitcher, 26.
Yep.
Who we got?
26.
Look like him, though.
Well, see if I can check here on Gardendale. 26 is Austin Webb.
So
And
Austin Webb is
a tall drink of water right there.
Robinson
by the way,
did a great job, by the way.
Quick correction from last inning. Gardendale, Rhett Fitzpatrick was out and designated hitter that actually came up and popped to second was Parker Banks.
Oh, all right. Didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
So.
I did as he was walking or running towards first base. I noticed the number changed. Just as you noticed. So you noticed the pitching change.
So, Jared Kahn, the catcher, up here in the bottom of the 6th. Hueytown just trying to get something going. Have not been successful. High fastball from Austin Webb, 1-0. Again, another angular pitcher that looks like he's got some arm whip action, and he does, and that's a strike on the corner.
Yeah, I think he's bringing mid-80s.
Hit right back at him, and he'll run it over and do the old pitcher underhand toss for the out.
Well, made quick work of the first hitter.
Bounding ground out, Sam Vaughn, shortstop.
Number 7, Sam Vaughn.
He has been on base twice, been productive.
Yeah, he's single and he walked. Maybe he can get something started because the outs are running out, if you will, for the Golden Gophers.
Yeah, only 5 more to go.
Got a little pop on his fastball, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
High stockings, I like it.
Outside corner, got it.
Jenkins,
1-1.
Jenkins, pretty good frame right there.
Fouled away.
Uh-oh. I think it got Randy Mize' car. And an aluminum seat.
1-2. Boy, they gave him that. I thought that was outside, and they gave it to him, so Vaughn is out.
Man, Webb has gotten 2 quick outs in about 6 pitches here.
Now batting.
Hunter 6.
Hunter 6.
They had a nice hit in the 4th. 1 for 2.
Wow.
Took something off.
Pulled a string on a curveball. That was a really pretty pitch.
Yeah, Austin Webb's come in and thrown very well. Curveball on the outside corner, 1-2.
Six shaking head just a little bit. I'm not sure it's because he's impressed with the pitch or not impressed with the call. I think the latter.
Backed him off the plate a little bit.
Kind of funny.
2-2.
You know, as long as you're going to go down, why not? You know?
Right. See if he comes on the outside corner again with that slow stuff.
I have no idea how he managed to do that without getting dirt.
There it is, outside corner, but he got enough of it to the center fielder who's lost to the shadows, as you see. But the catch by Florence. 3 up, 3 down, easy work for Austin Webb. We head to the top of the 7th. 8-0, Gardendale in control. You're watching Jeff Coed TV.
It's prom season, and we want you to enjoy a positive prom experience by adding some extra sparkle to your big evening. Hello, this is Jefferson County Sheriff Mark Petway with some cool details on how you can stay safe while celebrating this season and walk away with some nice prizes at the same time. As part of our ongoing mission to foster safe and memorable experiences while preventing underage drinking, we're inviting students across our county to enter our Dine and Shine Prom Night Sweepstakes by signing our Prom Pledge cards. To enter, visit our website and click on the Prom Pledge icon. Once there, you can fill out the form to have your name entered in a drawing. 10 lucky winners will receive a number of prizes to make this prom the best one yet.
Sunbathed fans there.
Saw a puppy.
For Hueytown, not very excited right now. Their team down 8-0. Lucas Ford is up. He scored a couple of runs, had a loud double. Jackson Vaughn throws him slow stuff on the first one, 1-0. Top of the 7th.
Ford played a nice game in left field, gloved a couple of flies, had a double, an RBI.
They're just not making hard contact off him, are they?
No, and well, you got to create your
maybe
own
one
power
time
here.
Yeah,
because he's not throwing. He can't bust a grape. And that again, I will emphatically say that is not a criticism.
That one went behind the hitter. Ford thought it was going to hit him.
Oh,
went behind him.
I want you to hit the.
No,
mascot.
he's getting outs. I mean, you can't argue with the success that Jackson Kahn has had. So. He's getting outs, keeping guys off speed, off base, and they're kind of struggling to make contact here.
And, he's pitching to his brother.
Yep.
And I imagine they've been doing this since they were probably about 5 years old.
Inside again.
He's just got a really simple, easy throwing motion.
It's almost like he's playing catch.
Yeah, but you're right.
With the way he's doing it.
With his brother.
There's a hard hit one, but nice stab over there by Davis. As he can feel good about something today.
Yeah. He's tall, but he had to give that a good look to bring it into the glove.
So line out there for Ford. Top of the lineup. And I think Burdette is out.
Yep.
Who is this, man?
Check.
No, that is Burdette, actually.
He just roped one.
Yeah, and that's a running catch out there by Caleb Champion. Nice play.
He drew a bead on that one. He's had some tough plays.
Now batting number 5, Cody Florence.
It's 2 quick outs here.
Had a quick inning last inning. Cody Florence up. 8-0 Gardendale.
Burdette hit that ball pretty hard. Thought it was going to gap for a minute.
How many times do you see 2 coaches chatting over there?
Well, these guys are really good friends. They've known each other for a while.
A conversation.
Yeah, but I mean, Keedy walked over almost into the dugout.
Yeah, Keedy flagged that one down.
He's a broadcast major, Scott.
We should have put a mic on him and had a sideline reporter. A little high. 1-2.
Florence with a hit. Actually, he's got a couple. Scored a run.
Really? slow delivery there, and 2-2.
Nice block by the brother, Jarrett.
Hard hit there to left. So Florence is on base with a hit.
Man.
First one that's been hit pretty hard.
Yeah, 3 for 4 is Florence. I'll take that any day, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. So Combs is up, who struck out awkwardly in the 5th on a called third strike. But he's done damage other than that. Got a double in this game.
Nice scoop by Kahn behind the plate.
Got an RBI, scored a run. Obviously, you're not worried about Florence leaving. Still got to pay attention, but.
Whoops. And 8-0, they're not running either. I don't think.
No. 2-0 to Combs. Inside, and that's a strike.
In the inside corner of the plate. Jackson Kahn is the kind of guy that looks like he could throw 17 innings.
Yeah, that one's a little high, 3-1.
Well, you better watch out here on 3-1. Caden Combs is probably sitting on go.
That one bounces up, and ball 4.
So runners at first and second now. You got 2 out.
And your man Jackson Firestone is up. Scored a run.
Yeah, singled back in that big 4th and scored, as you noted.
Good-looking baseball player.
Yeah, he is.
2 outs. A little high.
Good baseball shot there. Look at the left-handed hitter.
That one bounds away, and suddenly runners move in scoring position. Actually coming home, and he's safe, is Florence.
Florence comes around, and he notices that ball's still at the backstop.
And I think that was just a case of an 8-0 run back to the backstop,
Yeah,
maybe,
just,
huh?
You know, baseball instincts just take over. I don't think his intention is to run the score up. I just think he was playing baseball, and he had a chance to score, so you score.
Yeah.
9-0 now.
It's not going to sit well with Chandler.
No.
Because it's a big backstop, but he shouldn't advance 2 bases.
Nope.
Firestone, 3-0 ahead the count. Takes that one for a strike. And you see that time, that just speed, he just barely nicked it. Looked so hittable coming in.
Yeah, it looked like Firestone was right on that.
Barely
In fact,
touched
he
it.
barely got a piece of it.
8-0, a game we did not expect. 9, excuse me, just scored, that's right. Just scored a run. Long fly ball. Is that going to have enough? It's off the fence. It'll bring home a run, and Firestone has a fence-rattling double.
That's a big stride we've seen here at Hueytown. That ball, I thought for a chance it just kept going. High, deep, over Chapman's head.
Yeah.
Just a few steps shy of the warning track. Big double for Firestone.
So Yazell steps in. 10-0 Rockets.
Good block. You could have told me a lot of things coming into this one. I think I might have believed another 17-inning game before I would think of a 10-0 game. Azell has hit a couple of walks. Fine shortstop.
2-0. Boy, they're starting to get around on it. Here comes the play at the plate. It's going to be too late. And now the runner advances to second. And Coach Chandler doesn't like seeing this. Hit your cutoff men. So now on the missed throw, Firestone scores, but the runner advances.
And here comes Billy. And they're not really hitting it real hard, but they're just dropping in the hits. And he wants to talk to his entire baseball team.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to give what Katie's message was, right?
Yeah, a
guy scores from second on a backstop throw. He's going to make a pitching change too, but you know, let's finish the game, right?
Have some pride, have some Golden Gopher pride, and it's got that throw in from 6 actually hit the grass between the dirt and the grass right there to the right of third base and bounced awkwardly.
Yeah.
Over towards the Hueytown dugout.
So we got a pitching change coming in. Number 11 for Hueytown.
Tall, lanky Slade Wilson. There's a good name for you.
Slade Wilson will relieve Kahn, the third pitcher. Another lanky kid that has good arm action.
Yeah, nice fastball right there. Let's warm up.
Top of the 7th, gotten away from Hueytown.
Looks like Kent DeCulvey. Now, am I going back for that?
Yes. Good looking pitcher. 11-0 Gardendale. They're going to feel good about themselves heading to area play for the weekend. While Hueytown will be, I think, having practice tomorrow.
Both teams have already won their area. Gardendale 12, Hueytown 8. He's got his warm-ups.
And this could be just but they schedule these games to keep their team sharp, let's be honest. Right?
Yeah, but these two teams like to play every year, you know, even though they're not in the same area or region.
They just like to play to keep themselves. It's good baseball.
Well, and normally it's very close, like last year, 17 innings, a 2-1 game.
High chopper, Banks. Got to hurry on the throw. He's got speed, but nice play by Arieza for the final out. From 2 pitches for Wilson to get out of it. 11-0 Gardendale. We head to the bottom of the 7th. You're watching Jeff Go Ed TV. Welcome back to Hueytown. Good little shot there of the field. And Rockets on top 11-0. Got a new pitcher in, Matt. Number 20.
Well, it's going to be Braden Chappell. I'll get it right eventually, Chappell family.
Braden Chappell. The lefty comes in, get a little work.
You know, Webb came in for just a couple of batters. He looked good.
Yeah. I think he just wants to get some work for guys, right? In a game situation. Nothing wrong with that. Arieza is in, the third baseman. He's been hit by a pitch. He's walked. So he's been on twice, but no official at bat.
Man, just 3 at-bats. Real testament to the Gardendale pitching staff, all starting with Robinson.
First pitch swinging. Hits it pretty good, but it's straight up in the air, and that's a easy out.
Have you noticed, and I know you have, Gardendale has done a lot of homework. I remember
they
at
are
least
moving,
3,
are they?
if not more, the outfielders literally don't move.
Yeah. Christian Kelly steps up. He had a great chance to do some damage with the bases loaded a couple of innings ago and couldn't get it. He's first pitch swinging. That was fouled off. But might have room.
Stay in play.
Almost got a good play over
Combs
there.
had a chance at that, and he fell, and now he's slow getting up. Don't want that. Now he pops up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right next to the fence. You don't want a player getting hurt in an 11-0 game.
No, you said it. Sometimes, Scott, instincts take over. Combs, who was the hero in the 2-1 Gardendale victory last year over Hueytown, oddly enough, drove in the first run in this game.
Yep.
So does that give him the winning RBI in both?
Yeah. You could say that.
Yeah.
Kelly takes a strike down the middle and 0-2.
Chappell's a lefty, as you can plainly see. Number 20 right there.
Not particularly fast, but fast enough to get it by Christian Kelly. 3 pitches.
Yeah. Gophers are down to their last at-bat, unless they...
Now batting, number 2, Chapman.
So Chapman will step in. He's grounded out to third, and he got hit by a pitch.
Yeah. Last hope here for Hueytown at home. Chappell was bringing a little heat. Not in that pitch.
No, that was slow.
Off speed, that was off speed. Maybe had a little twist to it.
Fastball low and away.
Nice little scoop there by Jenkins.
Certainly did not, we've said it a few times, did not expect 11-0. That's for sure. With these two teams. Looked low, I guess, and 2-1.
Not low by much.
To Matt's point, the shadows creeping on the field now, getting in the infield. 3-1.
Yeah, it was just covering forward and left, but now it's got left, shortstop, and it's creeping towards the mound. And they can wreak havoc.
Fly ball to right. See if they can make that play. Diving catch and missed it.
Firestone.
Firestone out there like it's a 1-0 game.
You are so right.
Diving into the turf and missed it. Let's take a look.
Now he's walking back. Take a look.
Came close.
Man, I think he had his glove for a minute, and maybe the fall dislodged it.
Yeah. Excellent try by Firestone. 3-2. On Caleb Chapman. 2 outs. That looks like it's going to be in the gap. So Chapman is going to stop it first when you're down by 11-0. He thought about it, but a good base hit for Chapman.
Yeah, and Ford did a great job in left. First, he got a really good jump on the ball, and he knew he wasn't going to be able to field it on the fly, so he ran at a perfect angle between the ball and the wall and immediately cut it off and made a good throw.
So coming in, Cameron Fields, the pinch hitter for R.J. Houston. Boy, threw a nice slow one, and Fields has a base hit.
He didn't wait long for that, did he?
First pitch off the bench. Let's go.
Last couple of guys have hit the ball well and perfectly placed, keeping Lucas Ford busy in left.
Bronson Moore up, and he's hit the ball hard today.
Yeah, he has. Had a single back in the first. Lined sharply to second. This might be it.
There's a chop, and they have to hurry. And the force out there for Caleb Banks, and the Rockets win it. 11-0. Hueytown tried to scratch there, but just couldn't do it. And the baseball game is over 11-0. Certainly not what we expected.
No, Scott, especially after, and we talked about it, a lot. Last year's game went 17 innings. Gardendale won it at home in the bottom of the 17th after going 16 scoreless innings between the Rockets and the Gophers. This one, almost the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 2-1, it's 11-0, but well played by Gardendale and Ryan Keedy. And you better know they've won their area, so Billy Chandler and Hueytown Gophers will be back. There is no question at all. But again, thanks to our staff, our wonderful crew. What a beautiful day. I can't think of a better way to spend it.
Yep. 11-0 Gardendale wins it. Let's take a look at what's happening Saturday.
Yeah.
We've got the middle school championships. We can't tell you the teams yet. They're still playing and will play, and we will have 3 games that day, all day long at Fultondale High School, the semifinals, and then obviously the finals, beginning at 11 o'clock. We're guessing 11, 1:30, and 4. You'll just have to keep checking on the Jeff Coed TV app. That'll be the middle school championships for Jefferson County School System this Saturday. All right, to your point, great day, bad day for Hueytown, but beautiful day for baseball, and Gardendale feeling good after the 11-0 win. For our amazing crew here from Hueytown, we'll wrap it up. We will see you Saturday as the two coaches talk. Thanks for watching Jeff Coed TV. So long, everybody.